Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. My name is FiddlinJonny and this is my fiddle channel and magic product review. And before I do any magic product review, I'll always do a quick fiddle tune, and I promise today this is a quick one. Here we go. Alright, I told you it would be fast. So fast I can't remember the name of that tune right now off the top of my head, but I'll probably put it down in the description. Alright, today we are reviewing Liquify by Tobias Dostal. I know it's been out a little bit of time. It's through Murphy's Magic Studio. Man, is this a hot product. And I know you've probably watched a bazillion reviews on this so far, but I hope you'll stick around and get my take on Liquify. Okay, let's talk about Liquify by Tobias Dostal. Wow, this is one of the hottest products of the year. It is flying off shelves everywhere, lots of attention, and for good reason, because it might be maybe the best piece of visual magic I've seen all a year long. And Tobias just has such a fierce performance of it. If you're not sure what it is, the effect is basically you're able to take solid objects and liquefy them. Or you can go the other direction. You could take liquid objects, like let's say ketchup, and turn it into a solid object, like a ring or a bouncy ball, that sort of a thing. So that as an effect is really cool, especially because it can be done so impromptu. Someone asks you to do a piece of magic and go, I didn't bring anything with you, and then you're able to, of course, which is a lie, but you're able to pick up something off of the table and just liquefy it and turn it in front of their face right into a solid ring or a coin. So that's the effect. It's really great, strong effect. Let's talk about what are you going to get. I so wish I could just open up this box and just show it to you and what everything is in here, but it does have a lot. It has 8 different colored melted gimmicks is what I'll call them. So when you see Tobias doing the liquid part of it, gimmicks, not really liquid, gimmicks. You're going to get 8 of those. They're in 8 different colors. There's black, white, gold, silver, honey colored, reddish, brownish, caramel color, a brown, and a green color. In addition to that, you're also going to get 5 different colored rings, which essentially match the melted gimmick colors. Of course, you only get 5 of those, while you get 8 different colored melted melted gimmicks. The colors on the rings that you're going to get are black, white, gold, silver, and brown are the colors. So those basically, you're kind of covering almost the entire rainbow there, is what you're going to get. You're also going to get access to a tutorial through Murphy's Magic Studios on their platform, which makes it downloadable. There's 2 tutorials on there, essentially, in terms of Volume 1 and Volume 2. The first one's 54 minutes in length, and the second one is 27 minutes in length. So that's about an hour and 21 minutes total in tutorial. Let's talk about how the instructions. They're freaking great. I'm not going to ramble on and on like I normally do about the tutorial, because the shorthand is, it's great. It's awesome. Tobias does the tutorial. He's a really good teacher. You're going to get all the detail that you need. The one thing I would say is pay attention to the detail and the nuance, because that is what is going to make the difference if you are purchasing this. Let's talk about how are the gimmicks. I'll keep it simple again. They're great. They do exactly what they're supposed to. There's a versatility in the melt gimmicks in that they should fit just about any hand and fingers. So I had 0 problem with them fitting snugly and nicely, and because of they're sort of made out of the latex, I suspect most folks are not going to have an issue with them. They seem durable, because I think it's latex that they're made out of, or rubber. They should last forever, or if they do degrade, it'll probably be a long time before they degrade. And I imagine that they will retain their color as well. So I feel like the gimmicks are great. The rings. The thing I worry about rings is ring size. So all of these rings are a large size ring. I sort of have fat, pudgy hands. They fit on mine and remain loose, which I really like and appreciate. Maybe not everyone will appreciate that. I do, because sometimes I think a lot of, like, when I've ordered stuff with rings in the past, the rings are just small. These were not that at all. And you got a bunch of them. So, depending on what you want to do, if you want to do something with mayonnaise, you got a white one. If you want to do one with honey, you've got a gold one. It's super versatile. It really covers sort of any colored object that you would like to melt, in essence. So they're great. They'll last a good long time. They may not work, the rings, like if you're a younger person or a teenager, those rings may be a little bit too big for you at this moment, but it doesn't mean you couldn't perform the effect. It's just that they'd be big on your fingers. I'd also add that the melt gimmick is malleable's not quite the right word, but they're bendable. So because of that, they'll bend really great without breaking, which gives you more options visually in terms of how you might want to present. So for those who got it, understand that. For those getting it, it'll make sense once you purchase it. We should talk about the skill level. It is advertised as beginner skill level. That's sort of true. I think it's a little bit more advanced beginner. It's sort of how I like it, maybe advanced beginner to intermediate. And here's why I'm saying that. Despite how simple it is, I still am personally struggling with this looking good. And that's not to say it's a fatal flaw. It's not to say it's not a great effect. But this is one of those effects, in my opinion, when you see Tobias perform it, it's just beautiful. It's art. He created it. He came up with the effect. He spent obviously a number of years with this and has it down to a T, right? And has been performing with it for a while. I'm not ready to take it out and perform yet. If I do, I feel like it would be a little crude, and I don't have the confidence with it yet. A little earlier today, I pulled out and spent time in front of the mirror, and by spending time in front of the mirror, maybe about 1 minute. I felt like, I saw improvement from the last time I had practiced with it. I say all of this is in terms of, despite that it's so simple and so easy, for it to get to look good, there is nuance. You really do have to pantomime. On the tutorial, where it talks about believing that you've got liquid on your fingers. That's the acting aspect of it. And once you get that down, and you really, really do have to practice in front of a mirror to see what it looks like, you'll eventually get there. But it's my long-winded way of saying it's advanced beginner. All right, let's talk about the pros and the cons. And I probably mostly laid out most of the pros and cons already, so I won't kind of go on and on. Other than to add, I think this is great EDC. Shove this into your pocket. You don't have to shove every gimmick in your pocket. Shove 2 gimmicks in your pocket and you're ready to go. Maybe like the ring and the melt gimmick itself of a color that you prefer, or 2 of them, and you're ready to go. You could do more, but it can be a great everyday carry out there. I also think that it gives you an opportunity to be creative in terms of when you look around your environment, when you're ready to perform, and what's an everyday object that you can grab and convert it from either a liquid to a solid or a solid to a liquid. And I love the idea of being creative in the moment with this, and I think that adds another level of astonishment for your spectators. I think who's gonna like this? I think folks, like I said, who are like to do impromptu visual magic with everyday objects, this is the ideal release for you. I think it's great for walk around. It's not suitable for stage or parlor. It's really a close-up effect. We need to talk about the cost. In the United States, it's $74.95, or at least that's the retail price. A little earlier today, I went on web pages, and I can see that it's on sale in the United States currently for $63.71, which is nice that it's a bit reduced. I still think it's a little bit expensive, but I get it because you get so many props and gimmicks in this that I understand why they have priced it at that level. I personally think it's a little bit expensive. If you're not going to perform this, or you don't think you'll perform it, I don't know that I would drop the money for it. Be willing, if you're really going to perform it, drop the money for it, I don't think you'll be dissatisfied, and understand that you'll need to put in practice time in front of the mirror for it. All right, that's it. I know a lot of you out there have already purchased it. Leave comments down below for the community as a whole to know what your perspective is. Maybe things where you agreed or disagreed with me. Maybe things I didn't mention, because I know it could be a couple months from now and somebody's considering it and they're going and looking at the reviews. But I think the comment section can be just as rich for them. So leave a comment if you have it and what your thoughts are on it and what your experience has been with it so far. Also, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. I really, really do appreciate it. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much for being here. I genuinely appreciate it. And I'm FiddlinJonny. And remember to keep fiddling around with your magic. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.